greetings to all you crazy people out there on YouTube who got nothing better to do than to tune in and watch some guy shave. It is crazy. Today is the day before, it's May the 13th, the day before Mother's Day. And I got a special shave. I got a razor that I had ordered some time back and wanted, and I'll tell you about that as I go along. The soap I'm going to use, this is new to me, Sterling Glacial Spearmint. This recently, I think I had seen this in stock once before. I cannot remember, but I remember when I decided I wanted to get it, there was none there. So I think this is a seasonal thing, but I got it this time, and I'm using that for the first time. I'm using my Simpsons Emperor 3, and I made a soupy lather and the fine accoutrements lather bowl. Wow, this says this is a punchy spearmint. I don't know how it'll be interesting with the aftershave and all to see how long this stuff actually lasts. But it's quite potent right now. I remember when I first started buying stuff from Sterling, I remember looking at their witch hazels, and I use their witch hazels. I like them, but I saw recently where Rod did a video where there's a limited amount of fragrances that you can put in, a more restrictive amount of fragrances that you can put in witch hazel. Then there's the aftershave. It has to do with the fragrance oil and how soluble it is. But anyhow, I'd gotten some samples, and one that seems to be around, and I don't think I've ever seen it out of stock. Could have been, but was Sterling Witch Hazel Glacial level, and I think this is the only Glacial Witch Hazel, and it is wintergreen. And I remember the first time I used that was like so punchy. It's like, you know, man, I put that stuff on. It's like, what have I done? I'm all ready to like wash it off. But I've decided, and I still use it once in a while. I guess I got, you know, if you're a menthol head, you get a little bit accustomed to it. Okay, so my River razors came in today. My River razor, my River 14. I got this because my friend in the UK, Martin Wood, got one. Okay, and Gordon Christie also got one. These have the same scales that that Martin got, and I was originally hoping that I could get the Apex Ultra Steel, and Bars de Riviere, who makes these razors at River Razors. Look him up on Facebook, by the way. I think he decided, for whatever reason, he was not happy with the results he was getting with the Apex Ultra Steel, which was supposed to be for knife guys. It's supposed to be a high carbon steel that's supposed to be really nice. I don't know. Okay, so he made this, and I don't remember off the top of my head the steel. I think it's maybe it's 115 CRV 3 steel, which I don't know what the conversion on that is. I'll put a picture in of the card that he sends out with the razors, where he talks about the scales that he uses. It's an acrylic scale, and he has I think it was a Madagascar it's a wood wedge. I'm not really sure, but it's a pretty. You know, I kind of liked it when I saw Martin's, and I thought that's classy. Plus, Martin, I don't know if Martin was the inspiration to Boris, because I've seen Boris make some really pretty custom razors. fancy type stuff. And I'm just not too much into that. I'm a little like Martin used to be. Martin's now into the fancy Gothic meat cleavers and stuff like that. Okay, but anyhow, he was the first one that I saw do a video on that, and this is called the River Razors 14, and it is patterned. It's very similar in size to the Philharmonica, and I don't have a what's the other one that Palmera 14. I don't have one of those. I do have a now I do have a Philharmonica 14. And this one is a little bit thicker here, and has a little bit higher here. It has a little bit better jimping top and bottom, which I really like. Extends down in. Just a really very beautiful piece. Boris is using Torx hardware for the pin, so you can make sure it's snug and not flopping around. And just a very, very beautiful piece of craftsmanship. The way I would have wanted. It is a square point, but he did put a slight bit of rounding on there. Had a nice even curve here. And on my Philly, I don't know if Boris is having somebody stamp blanks for him, or whether he's doing a stock removal type thing on this from bar stock. I'm not real sure. But this is lacking on the, on my Philly, there's a remnant of the shoulder there, the stabilizer. And that's okay. That's okay. But I think this is just very, very beautiful in how it's crafted. And considering when, what the prices of Philharmonica 14s are going for nowadays, this is not a bad option for somebody to look at. Martin likes how his shaves. Gordon liked how his shaves. I'll see how this shaves. Boris and I, when I came in contact with him, we were talking about the use of convex hones. I call it super curve, and he had some interest in that. He pursued that, and I don't know if he still is doing it or not, but he honed this one on, I'm guessing it's a surgical black. It's a, fine black Arkansas was how he finished it. And he does finish with tape. He did ask me one time whether on convex hones I could use tape, and I did hone a razor with tape, and I didn't have a problem with honing with tape. But when you hone it with tape and then you're stropping where I'm finishing on a progression of balsa strops that have abrasives on them, okay, then you take the tape off and you're getting away from the edge. And it was like when I ran this across my finest 10th micron curvy balsa strop. And so he honed this on flat. And this is really, because I did strop this on a flat paddle strop that's pretty firm, and it's perfect. But as I went across my strop and then I looked at it, I can see, because that's a pretty good polisher, and I'm getting a polish way, way back on the bevel of this. So whatever I had done with that, I didn't hit the edge. So this is his edge. He did actually adopt. He saw my video where I talked about the packing peanuts, and apparently he liked that. And my razor came packed in these packing peanuts. Okay, so this is interesting. The French. Okay, I like French razors. You guys know that. I probably have more French razors than anything else. And here's another one. Okay. So the French know how to make packing peanuts. Like here's us in the U.S. We're making these packing peanuts, and the French, they know. But anyhow, he did pack it. You have to wonder, did he do that just to humor me? I don't really know, but he has found that an effective evaluation on his honing for razors going out the door. And so, Boris, when you tune in, Thank you very much. This is just a beautiful, beautiful piece. It did take a little longer. He doesn't know why. The stuff is usually here across the ocean in a week. I guess. The rowing team was off. Happened to be off that particular week, but it took a while, and that's not surprising. I've sent stuff across the ocean, and you think and 6 weeks later, 5, 6 weeks later, it shows up. So let's see how the shave goes. Okay, and just like my friend Gordon Christie liked his, and Martin liked his after that first little bit right there, I am enjoying this. The full width of this razor from the back of the spine is 1 inch to the edge. When you calculate on the home guide, it's if you wanted to do that, I mean, I kind of want to know what it is. It's 15/16, so that's, not that it really matters, This would be a razor that you could buy. You could buy a couple of these, and this would be all you need if in the straight razors. I've seen fillies used, and while somebody would sell a used filly and say new old stock, is it really new old stock? You don't know. Or was it somebody had and just didn't really use it that much? New old stock to me means never been used. Like new condition is something else. So this big old blade, I'm gonna say that shaves. It's right in there in the marketplace with that filly I got, which I think the filly is marginally better. I do like my TR Zissard razors, but they're different shavers. They just shave differently. Even the 7/8 ones, they say they're extra hollow grind. They're not a hollow grind like this or like a filly. They're just not. So let's see how I do with the big razor under the nose. That's the first new soap that I've gotten in a while. So I've got so much soap, it's like how much soap do you really, really need? I'd venture to say that most people in wet shaving hobby, they're my age anyhow, can't live long enough to use up all the soap they got. But I do every once in a while buy one with a new scent. This was one that I figured I would like, and I do like it. I don't know how the aftershave is going to be, walking around smelling like you're chewing gum. But I do like it. It smells, if you like spearmint, this is. And if you're a menthol head and you like the glacial level of menthol, this is good. It's a nice cooling thing. Today it's not hot here in this part of southern Pennsylvania. But this would be a nice thing to use on when the temperature is a little high. So the little card, I don't know if I said that, I'll post I'll link in a thing with the little card and all that, so you can freeze frame it and read that if you want. This is the first custom razor I have. I originally thought, well, as I developed into this straight razor part of this hobby, I determined, like I do with a lot of stuff, to try and stick with stuff that is currently available, modern manufacturer type stuff. And some people like a lot of custom razors. The beauty and the uniqueness, and I get it. But I did want one custom razor. I like this. This is functional service, like most of my stuff, where I really don't go in for the sizzle in the pan. I got a few things that are flashy, but not quite so much. So as I said about custom razors, I decided to buy one of these strictly because Boris is the only custom razor maker that I know of who understands the use of convex zone. He has manufactured his own shaping plates. He's shaped some stones on his own. He's experimented with it. And when it comes time to hone this, I'm gonna hone it in my normal way. Uh, uh, but there's absolutely, this was done. This is a perfectly shaped razor. This was perfectly honed on. I'm sure he's meticulous with his honing gear. And it's my opinion that super curve honing is going to go away. Which reminds me, if you tune in here, and you got one of the shaping plates, which, as far as I know, there are no more. Okay, but if you have one and you don't use it and you want to sell that, and you can't, just get a hold of me, okay? Because a lot of people listen to me, and and I'm sure that there are people who would have an interest in that. I think the only one that I ever saw that sold used was the one where the guy got it for free, bought some stones to play with, and then decided to turn it and just give it away in a song and a dance to recover the money he spent on the stones. Which I suppose it's his prerogative to do whatever he wants with. Something, but my contention would be that if he discontinued it, maybe he didn't pursue the work enough. Because for me, I just find it produces a very, very superior edge for me. For me. And this razor here would be in terms of razors that other people hone that I've shaved with. Okay, this would be in like the top 5. Those being Ertan Sieur, Jared Connerty, Mike Schultz, Lynn Abrams. I don't know if that's 5 or not. But when you get a razor and it's honed to your liking, and my liking is I like them sharp. I like no resistance in cutting. So you go out and you buy a used Philly, so new old stock, and somebody could say shave ready. Is it shave ready? Shave ready, that term is so, because I've taken shave ready stuff. I've gotten an edge from Ertan Sieur. It was not as good as some of his other stuff. Which comes around to one of my contentions is that I contend if you want to shave with a true straight razor, eventually at some point in time, you will need to learn to develop a method to sharpen that razor. Somebody could sit there watching me say, "Oh, that razor's so sharp. Why is it taking you so long to shave your mustache?" And, well, because I really just started shaving my mustache this year. So beautiful razor. I don't do Facebook, but I did borrow my daughter's account and did look on Boris's Facebook page, and this one's there. Martin's there. I think. I don't know if Boris posts up every razor that he makes. I spend a whole lot of time looking at it, but I did see reviews of some really, really fancy stuff that he made. Beautiful stuff. Obviously, it won't be a, you get these fancy razors. They're not going to be, Craftsman got to put a lot of work in it. He's going to have to charge a little bit more for it. For the sizzle in the pan and the jingle in the chrome. So that's a very, 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 very good shave. And I'm going to use the eucalyptus mint after shave balm, post shave balm. The more and more I use this particular balm, the more and more I am liking it. I originally got it I thought it was a little bit too greasy. because I would put it on dry. And so once I found out that if I had a little bit of water on here, and that this kind of helps it go into the skin and doesn't leave that greasy feeling. And to finish up, the Glacial Spearmint aftershave. This will be interesting. Okay, that's that one's Glacial. That has a super menthol hit on there, and that does bring a little bit of sting with it that I didn't get on the album. So that's the shave, my friends. I hope everybody has, if your mothers are with you, enjoy them while you have them, honor them tomorrow, and be nice to one another. And I wish everyone a very, very great week. This is Bill. Out. Bye.